I really honestly believe that campus ministry has to come first in the life of the church today. We're just so fortunate to be able to be that home away from home for our young adults as they transition out of high school into what it means to be an adult, discover the reality of Christ, and it begins to affect substantive, real change. Today, you're going to hear from some tremendous young adults that have been affected by the Newman Center as a home away from home.
My experience at the Newman Center totally changed the trajectory of my life. I started going to daily mass. I didn't even know if I knew people went to daily mass. But this just, started to open up my heart in new ways where, I could spend a few minutes in the chapel with the Eucharist. And then I ended up studying there. And then I got more friends there. And then there's more and more reasons where it was a daily place to go.
The contagiousness of the other students and the staff really kind of made me excited about being Catholic.
I remember very vividly some friends of mine that I met early on started to kind of reach out to me. And through all of that, I ended up going on a conference. I experienced Christ in the Holy Eucharist for the first time. Truly that I was rocked. I remember coming back after that trip. It was a Thursday daily mass at the Newman Center where I went to confession for the second time in my life. And I received communion probably for the first time that I remembered being the true presence and actually believed it.
There's this retreat, and I thought it really was like kind of a general retreat. But it really ended up being more for guys that were thinking about the priesthood. And I didn't really realize that till I was on my way there in a vehicle with other guys. But there, went to confession. That was my first time going since being in college, and just remember being very heartfelt. Very sincere. When I received God's forgiveness through the absolution, I just knew in my heart, in my soul, that I was going to be a priest. And the Newman Center remained just essential for me in keeping on the straight and narrow as best as possible, and keeping my eyes on Christ.
The Newman Center, had it not been there, I know without a doubt I would not be here doing what I'm doing today. God provided me this amazing opportunity that I never fathomed existed, which was a Catholic pharmacy in Bismarck. Being able to own and operate a Catholic pharmacy it brings a lot of joy. We're in a position where people will consult us specifically about questions of bioethics because we've grown that reputation where we're serious about our faith and what we stand for. I think it's a unique responsibility to help other people live their faith.
After graduation, Kyle and I got married and started having kids right away. He was a missionary. In
2008, when I graduated, I became a focused missionary for 3 years. And immediately after that, I fell in love with fundraising. And so then I worked at 2 Newman Centers and was very involved in, the fundraising aspect of the life of the church. And now I'm very focused in on being a Catholic entrepreneur.
My skills that I learned at the Newman Center as a peer minister have really trickled into my daily life. The parishes we have become a part of, I've wanted to see how I can assist. So whether it was being part of 40 Days for Life in Mankato, helping start a pregnancy resource center, and then here in Fargo, I've helped out by starting a children's ministry, religious education program, and now even my own book study group with other women. So I feel like the Newman Center has given me the tools of outreach to go out into the world and change it. And it gave me a wonderful husband and father to my children.
So of course I'm a Catholic priest and a chaplain at St. Cloud Cathedral. Been blessed to be there so far, so a lot of contact with the high school students, and I'm pumped when I hear that they're going to NDSU, and right away just tell them about the Newman Center, tell them about Focus, all the great things that they can be connected with. Certainly from my own call to the priesthood, the Newman Center remained essential. Without people giving their lives of service, without Father Cheney being there, without the Newman Center itself being there, I don't know where I would be today. I'd like to say that I still would have heard the call of God, but I'm not as sure. Just without that presence of the Catholic community, the body of Christ present there. In that way, it was the place where I did hear the voice of God. And I'm grateful forever just for the impact that the Newman Center has made on my life.
Campus is really kind of the gold mine, where we take the gold out of the ground and we refine it, we mine it, and we make it into a jewelry. And our parishes are the place where we really experience the fruits of our labor. There are a lot of our young adults who discover the reality of Christ, and it begins to affect real change. I urge you to consider making campus ministry the first thing in your heart. Join us in taking the mission of St. Paul's Newman Center to a new level.
From this sacred place, Christ will reach out to the young people, to the faculty members, to the employees, the families, and even strangers who pass through the halls and the corridors of NDSU. This Newman Center will announce to everyone, and this is important, that Jesus is near us, that He walks with us, and that He's ready to embrace us with God's mercy.